let me ask you a question. What happens after someone buys from your store? If the answer is nothing or just a boring thank you email, you're leaving tons of money on the table. Most e-commerce brands focus so much on getting the sale, and they completely forget about the post-purchase experience. And that's a huge mistake. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build a high-converting post-purchase flow in Klaviyo that turns first-time buyers into repeat customers and loyal fans. And yes, I'll walk you through the exact steps screen by screen so you know how to set it up right now. I helped over 100 Shopify stores scale past 7 figures using flows like this. This is one of the easiest ways to boost your revenue without spending a single extra dollar on ads. So if you're ready to unlock the hidden profits sitting in your post-purchase flows, let's get into it. We're going to break this down into a few simple steps so it's easy to follow and implement right away. One of our clients added this and increased their repeat purchase by 38% in 30 days. Apart from that, there are so many mistakes that you can make to prevent you from scaling your brand. If you want to avoid them, book a free strategy call by clicking on the first link in the description. Right after that, check out this video where I explain how to improve your email deliverability. All right, let's start with the biggest mistakes I see almost every store making. And honestly, once you see this, you're probably realizing you're doing it too. The mistake in this is treating the post-purchase experience like it's the end of the customer journey when it's actually the beginning of the most profitable part. Here's what most stores do. And maybe this sounds familiar. Someone buys from you, they get a basic order confirmation, maybe a shipping notification, then nothing else. Radio silence. The customer is left wondering if they made the right choice, whether your product is actually good, and meanwhile, your competitors are sliding into the inbox with their own offers. Here's the thing. This is backed by psychology, right? Right after someone makes a purchase, they're in what's called a post-purchase anxiety state. They're second-guessing the decision. They're wondering if they should have bought from someone else. And if you're not there to reassure them and guide them through this phase, you're basically handing them over to your competitors on a silver plate. So if you're just sending just basic transactional emails after someone purchases, you're making this mistake, but don't worry, we're about to fix that. Now this might surprise you, but post-purchase flows paired with a good brand and product often generates more revenue per email than the welcome series. And here's a really good reason for that. Think about it. When someone joins your email list, they're interested, sure, but they haven't proven that they're willing to spend money with you yet. This is what we call a cold lead. But when someone just bought from you, they're already proven 3 critical things. They have money to spend, they're willing to spend it online, and they trust your brand enough to give you the credit card information. That's a warm buyer, and warm buyers are gold. Here's why that happens. First, recency bias. They just interact with your brand, so you're top of mind. Second, they're already in a buying mindset. And third, this is one of the big ones, they want to feel good about their purchase decision. The framework here is that we weren't just saying thank you for buying. We were reinforcing their smart decision, educating them how to get the best results, and naturally introducing complementary items that would enhance their purchase. This is why huge brands focus just so much energy on post-purchase as they do on acquisition, because the real revenue isn't in getting the first sale. It's about getting the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. How to set up your post-purchase flow in Klaviyo. All right, let's get into the actual setup. I'm going to walk you through this step by step in Klaviyo, so you literally can pause this video and build this alongside with me. First, we're going to create a new flow. In Klaviyo, go to flows, then click create flow. We're going to start from scratch because I want to show you exactly how to set this up. For the trigger, we want place order. This is going to fire every time someone completes a purchase on your Shopify store. Make sure this is connected properly. If you don't see this option, you might want to check your Shopify integration. Now, here's what most people mess up. They don't add the right filters. We want to add a filter for place order equals 1 over all time. And the reason for this is because we want to treat first-time buyers differently than repeat customers. This flow is specifically for first-time buyers. Now, we also need conditional splits. This is critical. We want to check if they placed another order since starting this flow, and if they have, we'll send them down a different path. And if they haven't, they'll continue down our first time buyer sequence. The condition place order at least once since starting this flow. If yes, they exit the flow. We don't want to keep them treating like a first time buyer if they already bought again. And as for the email, each email has to have a purpose. We're not just sending emails to send emails. We're guiding them through a journey from anxious first-time buyer to confident repeat customers. Here's what to say in your first 3 emails. Now let's talk about what actually goes into these emails because the setup's only half the battle. The content is what drives the rest. So for subject line options, you have welcome to the brand name family, first name, or something like your order is just about to begin. Third, what you can expect next. The goal of this email is to reduce buyer remorse and set the expectations. The structure you can use for this is start with genuine gratitude. Thank you for choosing to use Gymshark. You just made a decision that thousands of customers thank us for every day. And then set your expectations. Over the next few days, you're going to receive a few emails from us. They aren't sales emails. They're designed to help you get the best results from your purchase. You want to include a founder note if possible, because people buy from people, right? Not companies. So something you can say is, I started this company because X reason. And then you also want to keep it brief but personal as well. And then you can also end it with what's coming next, right? Tomorrow, I'll send you our exclusive guide on perhaps a care guide of the product. Email 2 is about getting the most out of your purchase, what they can expect from your brand, right? Subject lines can be how to avoid the number one mistake new customers make, or most people don't know about feature. These emails are pure value. Because you're not selling, you're just helping them succeed with their purchase. These emails are about providing genuine value. And these email topics can be something like how-to instructions, pro tips for better results, common mistakes to avoid, and you can also include some social proof as well here. And then for email 3, you're going to have a how's it going email. This email serves a multiple purposes. So it's to check in, gather feedback, introduce social proof, and also soft sell any complementary products. And then you want to include a clear but non-pushy CTA, something about a complementary product. You could check it out here. The key with all these emails is to feel like they're coming from a helpful friend, not a salesperson for the brand. How to segment first-time buyers versus repeat customers. Now here's what most people get wrong. They treat all their customers the same, but a first-time buyer and a repeat customer are in completely different mindsets and need different approaches. For first-time buyers, the focus is on reducing buyer remorse, education and onboarding, building trust and confidence, and a gentle introduction to other products. For repeat customers, you can be a little bit more direct because they already trust you. So immediate cross-sell and upsell, exclusive offers for loyalty, advanced tricks or strategies, or just VIP treatment. In Klaviyo, we can handle this with conditional splits based on order history. Remember that filter we set up earlier? Place order equals 1 time over all time. That's how we introduce our first time buyers. For repeat customers, you might have a completely different flow that starts with welcome back, since they were already part of your brand family. The messaging for repeat customers can be a little bit more stronger. The offer must be stronger as well. And you can move faster because you already built a relationship with that buyer. When and where to cross-sell without being pushy. This is where a lot of people mess up. They either don't cross-sell at all, or they come on way too strong and kill the relationship. The key is timing and context. Here's my framework. For your first email out in your post-purchase journey, don't sell at all. Just pure gratitude and expectation setting. Second email, always soft value add. If you mention other products, it should be the context of helping them get better results. The third email out in the post-purchase journey, social proof selling. This can be where you be a little bit more direct and frame it through other customers' experience. A lot of customers ask what else they can do to enhance their results. And then email 4 and beyond, you can be a little bit more direct with offers, but always lead with value. The rule here is always give more value than you ask. And if you're asking them to buy something, make sure you're giving them at least 3x that value in helpful content first. Here's a quick tip. The best cross-sells are the ones that solve problems they didn't know they had. Don't just recommend random products. Recommend products that specifically enhance their experience with what they already bought. How to track results and improve performance over time. First, let's talk about measuring success and optimization. Because if you're not tracking the right metrics, you're flying in blind. The key metrics for post-purchase flows are revenue per recipient. This tells you how much money each email in your flow is generating. Flow rate conversion. What percentage of people who enter the flow end up making another purchase? How long does it take for the first-time buyers to become repeat buyers? The faster, the better. Customer lifetime value. This is a big one. Are customers who go through your post-purchase flows worth more over time? In Klaviyo, you can track all of these flows analytics. Look at the revenue attribution for each email, and don't be afraid to A/B test different subject lines, send times, and also content. One of our clients increased their flow performance by 10% just by changing the send times of their second emails from 3 days to 5 days. Small tweaks over a large amount of time and also subscribers can make a huge difference. You have to really treat it as a living, breathing system. Review your metrics monthly, test new approaches, and always be looking for ways to provide more value for your customers. The goal of the post-purchase series is not to make more sales. It is to create a customer who are so happy with their experience that they become raving fans of your brand.